there was a wonderful companion of the Holy Prophet, Al-Rasul Al-A'zam Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. His name was Hudayfa ibn al-Yaman. Hudayfa was an outstanding Sahabi of Rasulullah. We love him, we respect him, we honor him, we revere him. Because many times we hear Salman, Miqdad, Abu Dhar, but we don't hear about the likes of Hudayfa. Hudayfa was a staunch muwali and a supporter of Amir al-Mu'mineen who gave two of his sons as shuhada in the battle of Siffin alongside Amir al-Mu'mineen. Hudayfa stood with the commander of the faithful. Yes. Hudayfa ibn al-Yaman has an interesting part of his story which was very interesting. He became Muslim in Mecca and the Prophet of Islam left towards Yathrib. He didn't go with him, he stayed with his father. Later, he joined the Prophet in Yathrib, in Medina. When he was going there, on his way, he was surrounded by Quraysh, who were with a trade, and there was a battle of Badr about to happen, right? So they said to him, where are you going? He said, I'm going to Yathrib. They said, we want you to promise us that if there is a war between us and Muhammad, you will not fight us. That you will not be standing against us. He said, me and my father promise, give you wa'ad, that we will not fight you. They said, very well, go. When they reached Medina, they said, Ya Rasulullah, Hudayfa said, Ya Rasulullah, they are mushrikeen. I said this just to escape from them. I will fight with you in Badr. I am ready. Rasulullah said, no, you gave a wa'ad, and when you give a promise to any human being, you must honor it. You cannot fight with us. Ajib, but I want to fight. This is jihad, this is struggle. Rasulullah said, no. You honor, you gave that commitment. Yes? And this is a key lesson for us. Sometimes we deal with non-Muslims and we think it's okay to lie, to deceive, to fabricate, to cheat. But the akhlaq of the Prophet and the Ahlul Bayt, the teachings were no. You cannot do that. Yes? You have to honor, yes, as a believer, what you say. Then he went in Uhud. He was eager, ready to fight in Uhud. Yes? Because he did not fight in Badr. In Uhud, he had his face covered and his father had his face covered, as many believers did, because of the soil and the sand. The Prophet of Islam had his face covered also. Yes? Now, what happened was that his father was not known. So unfortunately, when he was fighting, someone of the Muslims killed his father by accident, thinking he was one of the mushrikeen. Killed whose father? Hudayfa. Yes, Hudayfa came to know after the battle that his father was killed by one of the Muslims. Now imagine, losing a father is very painful. But losing a father through being killed accidentally is even more painful. Rasulullah came to him and said, Hudayfa, you are entitled to compensation and blood money. You can punish that person and you could take blood. He said, Ya Rasulullah, no punishment and I'm not taking blood money. It's all forgiveness for the sake of Allah. Subhanallah. Wallah, you hear some of these stories and it's so painful. But painful in the sense of understanding it. But really applying it is the most difficult part. Yes? And I remember here, Ayatollah Sayyid Abul Hassan al-Isfahani, Allah Ta'ala maqama, one of our great maraja, who is buried next to Amir al-Mu'mineen in Najaf al-Ashraf in the courtyard. He is a teacher of Ayatollah Hakim and one of our great maraja who passed away in the 40s. He was leading salah there. All of a sudden, during salah, people screamed, the marja' son has been killed. The marja' son was a shaykh with a sayyid, alim. He used to be in charge of distributing hadiyah to people, to his students, or the monthly salary, yes, shahriya. So he had a dispute with somebody, also a student in the hawza. That student in the hawza came and stabbed him in salah and killed him in salah. So they brought him to the Sayyid. Sayyid said, everyone move. I will speak to him by myself. He took him to one room. He said, I'm going to ask you two things. Number one, I'm going to ask you to take this money. Ajib, he's just killed his son, who is a scholar. Number one. Secondly, I'm going to ask you to leave Najaf, because if you stay here, they will harm you. I have forgiven you. Khuda Hafiz. The akhlaq of our maraja is the akhlaq of our ai''imma. Yes, following on from, and the akhlaq of the prophets and these great sahabis around these holy individuals, The spirit of forgiveness. Why I mention this? Mu'mineen, elders, sisters and brothers. Tonight, maybe we have to open our hearts and give this maghfirah and forgiveness for the sake of Allah, anyone who's hurt us. Anyone who has caused us problems. Allah says, وَعْفُوا وَاصْفَحُوا أَلَا تُحِبُّونَ أَنْ يَغْفِرَ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ. Forgive others. Don't you want Allah to forgive you? Allah says, you want me to forgive you? Forgive others.